Cessna 64355, traffic is Cessna inbound from the south. Knots, visibility 10, sky clear. Temperature 7, dew point -8, altimeter 3023. Visual approach is in use, landing and departing runway 15. Use caution for increased productivity within the airport area. All VFR aircraft crossing practice approaches, contact Denver approach on 127.05. Advise owners contact you have information, Bravo. NOCO Tower information, Bravo. NOCO Tower is in operation on 118.4, ground and clearance on 121.65. 1556 Zulu weather, wind variable at 4 knots, visibility 10, sky clear. Temperature 7, dew point -8, altimeter 3023. Visual approach is in use, landing and departing runway 15. Use caution for increased productivity within the airport area. All VFR aircraft crossing practice approaches, contact Denver approach on 127.05. Advise owners contact you have information, Bravo. NOCO Tower information, Bravo. NOCO Tower is in operation on 118.4, ground and clearance on 121.65. 1556 Zulu weather, wind variable at 4 knots, visibility 10, sky clear. Temperature 7, dew point -8, altimeter 30.
Cool. On ground.
Just follow that traffic.
Pre-taxi flapped at 0, which we have. Transponder on, all the radios on at half. We'll go up on this one just a little. Directional gyro. You're at right in the middle.
355, previously issued traffic well off to your right, no factor, frequency change proof.
And altimeter at 3023. But heck of an altimeter.
Well, go back to, if you're going back to approach, just contact them.
Look good?
All right, then change to V4.
Yep. Brake check, which we'll do after call, right?
Yep.
All right. NOCO ground, Cherokee 98059 with Bravo at leading edge 215.
Cherokee 98059, NOCO ground, what direction you want to go?
To the north.
Cherokee 059, runway 15, taxi via Bravo Alpha, you approved to cross runway 6.
Taxi via Bravo Alpha across runway 6059. All right, brake check. No one in the area.
Cessna Foxtrot Sierra, runway 15, clear taxi. Yep.
Good brake and left. I'm going to have to readjust my seat really quick. I am way too far back.
Okay. 01 Echo, you can disregard the midfield report. You're number 2, runway 15, clear to land.
All right, that's better.
All right.
I just felt like I was a mile from the pedals.
872 Foxtrot Sierra at the ramp. Ready to taxi with information Bravo for east departure.
Cessna 72 Foxtrot Sierra, NOCO ground, runway 15, taxi via Charlie Alpha, you approved to cross runway 6.
Cross via
and 15 is to our right, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Foxtrot Sierra.
Cessna 72 Foxtrot Sierra, runway 15, taxi via Charlie Alpha, you're approved to cross runway 6.
On the radio call, I would just and sort of specify taxi from leading edge to runway 15.
And clear to cross runway 15 or 16.
Just runway 6.
Runway 6.
A little more information for them.
Yeah, I would just add taxi.
Okay.
That's what you're requesting. You're requesting a taxi clearance and taxi to runway 15. The rest of it was fine. Taxi from leading edge to runway 15 with Bravo. Add the direction of departure.
Okay.
Otherwise, he'll query you.
Yep, and he did. Because I knew I needed it, and I already cut off the transmission before I got to that point.
And as I've told other people, if that's the only mistake you ever make on the radios, you'll live a charmed life.
Right.
So, but they'll query you on information they need. What you want to avoid is them coming back at you saying, no, I need a read back of what I cleared you for. So you want to listen to what they say and respond to what they cleared you for.
Right. Confirming all the calls, etc.
So you don't have to respond to everything that they say.
Right.
5 Fox.
I generally respond to most
your left.
everything they say.
Right.
Cessna 872 Fox, that's here. Follow the Cherokee off to your left.
Follow the Cherokee on my left. 872 Foxtrot Sierra.
Got our good old 7.3, or I think that's an Airbus sitting there.
I think the Allegiant ones are. Now let's see. I think it is.
About the biggest aircraft we'll get here, probably, for...
Yeah, I imagine so.
Right.
The runway width and length are probably going to be somewhat limiting factors. I think the width might be the biggest one.
Right.
I'd have to look at the data too, the bearing, the runway bearing weight.
Right.
Weight bearing capacity might factor as well.
Oh, yeah. I remember reading into that when I was looking at the airport. There's a good old limit. You don't want to break the runway.
Yeah.
Crossing runway 6. The other day we had some air tractors flying over the dealership.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They were loud, pair of them, so of course they're going to be loud.
Yeah.
Cessna 01 Echo, where do you want to park?
Oh.
Cessna 01 Echo, right. Hold short of Alpha, plan to pass behind the Cherokee and the Cessna off to your right. Cessna 118 Foxtrot Sierra, runway 15, cleared touch and go. Contact Denver approach on 127.05. Advise on
I was wanting to monitor both and didn't have it set up right.
Cessna 360 on Echo, just pass behind the Cessna, then taxi on Alpha Charlie into the ramp, approved to cross runway 6.
Alpha Charlie to
Pretty
the
much the same frequency, right?
Yeah, he's simulcasting on both frequencies. We're not hearing their response because they're on tower only.
Okay.
He should actually be on ground at this
Cessna
point.
73481, NOCO ground, runway 15, taxi on Bravo Alpha, hold short of Charlie.
Bravo Alpha, hold short of Charlie, 41.
Not the easiest thing, this guy's center line.
It tends to lean to the left some.
Starting my braking.
Jet center refueler, NOCO ground, speed on runway 24, hold short of Alpha. Cessna 481, Cessna opposite direction is going to turn into Charlie, just pass behind them, then continue taxi via Alpha. You approved to cross runway 6.
Okay, we got eyes on the traffic. We'll hold for them. We'll continue taxi on Alpha and cross 6, 41.
Right about in the middle, I think I'm going to turn. Look about good?
I'd go just a little bit more.
Yep.
I'd stay right about in here.
Okay.
So the two things I look for is I look for making sure we have wingtip clearance. Now we've got wing clearance because we're underneath them, but we'd like to have horizontal clearance as well.
Right.
And then I try to leave as much space on the other side to let other people in as well.
All right, run up. Our favorite. Brakes, hold, throttle 800 to 1,000. Flight instruments. Checking. Turn coordinator looks
Jet center
good based on the
refueler, you're
lean.
approved on Alpha and Charlie to the ramp.
Readjust
All right,
that.
approved on Alpha Charlie to the ramp. Just in our
VOR. Amps, RPMs, hubs. Flight controls, which again we've been leaving alone, but do we want to add a little for?
I would go I would go some nose up.
Good morning, Sparrowhawk 714 Uniform Delta, we're 6
But it's not moving today. Come on.
Every time. Oh,
Inbound from the east, say call sign again.
Sparrowhawk 714
circuit breakers look good.
Sparrowhawk 714 Uniform Delta, rudder midfield, left downwind, runway 15, report midfield.
Alright, midfield, left downwind.
Alright, throttle up to 2. Alright, lean to peak RPM. Right about there. And to X.
Skyhawk 118, Foxtrot here is up.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, about 75.
So say Foxtrot Sierra, rudder, enter right traffic, runway, I'm sorry, left traffic, runway 24.
We're going to make a left turn for the left downwind for runway 24, 118, Foxtrot Sierra.
Good on both, about 50. Vacuum at 5.
Sparrowhawk 4 Uniform Delta, say your distance again.
We're just about 10 to the east now, more than well. We'll call it southeast.
Sparrowhawk 4 Uniform Delta, thanks.
Go ahead and hit altitude, right?
Yes.
Cessna 118 Foxtrot Sierra, wind 190 at 8, runway 24, cleared to land.
And we want to go to tower, so
On this,
4
we hit
clear land,
function.
118, Foxtrot Sierra.
That's right. It's got a ground override. So
now we're reporting altitude.
someday I'll have to test it, see if you take off with it on that. If it'll switch automatically when you get airborne.
Right. Alright, we are ready to call for, and we're number 2.
872 Foxtrot Sierra,
do that, pull up
pulling
behind
short of runway 15 at Alpha 5, ready for a east departure.
Cessna 872 Foxtrot Sierra, Anoka Tower, runway 15, cleared to takeoff, left turn east approved.
We're number 2 now, or should we be number 1?
872 Foxtrot Sierra, clear for takeoff.
I would just wait, and then I would guide.
Runway 15.
All at the line.
Yeah.
And we're north, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And you don't need to say that again. He's
Okay.
got that information.
Okay.
He'll tell you how he wants you to proceed to the north.
Confirm, Skyhawk 8 Foxtrot Sierra, clear 24.
Cessna 8 Foxtrot Sierra, that's correct, runway 24, clear to land.
24, clear to land, 8 Foxtrot Sierra.
NOCO Tower, Cherokee 98059 at 15 ready.
Cherokee 98059, Anoka Tower, hold short of runway 15.
Hold short, 1059.
Calling ground SIGINT.
Always say the runway.
Yep.
Holding short, runway 15.
Cessna 9554, Victor, rudder, runway 15, taxi on Bravo Alpha, hold short of Charlie.
Yeah, we got somebody landing on 24 over there.
Huh. A rarity. Winds must have changed.
No, they probably just wanted to do
A short.
Cherokee 98059, fly left downwind departure northbound, runway 15, cleared for takeoff.
Left downwind departure 059. Thank you.
clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff.
Runway 15.
Runway 15. Sorry.
Cessna 118 Foxtrot Sierra, turn left onto Alpha, taxi via Alpha Charlie into the ramp. You can stay this frequency.
Alpha Charlie to the ramp, 118 Foxtrot Sierra.
Okay, so we don't know exactly where the trim is set.
Right.
NOCO
So they
Tower,
want to be
Skyhawk
especially
20749,
cognizant
holding
of
short
is if
runway
we get a
15.
real big nose pitch
Right.
up. So be prepared to hold the yoke forward and maintain your pitch attitude.
Alright. And going up on throttle.
Sky 20749, Anoka Tower, rudder, hold short of runway 15.
Hold short, runway 15, 749er.
Airspeed's alive. Instruments in the green. Fuel pressure's good. 50. 60.
Cessna 9554, Victor, the Cessna opposite directions, you're going to turn onto Charlie, just pass behind them, then continue on Alpha, you proved to cross runway 6.
And we're up with the wind. Oh, wow.
So it's 20749, make right close traffic, runway 15, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff,
Gonna give you a little bit more nose up trim.
20749er.
Trying to stay runway heading with this wind.
Okay, yeah.
It's actually working pretty well.
Good pitch picture?
Yep. Left downwind be to the left, of course.
Yep.
The same basic takeoff we had last time with the
Northern
winds.
Colorado Tower, Seneca 15 Fox Sierra, 5 to the west. We'll be over the top at 8,500 feet, proceeding eastbound.
Wondering if
Seneca 15 Foxtrot Sierra, Anoka Tower Rota is a little above my airspace, approved as a clustered altimeter 3025. If you want better advisories, you can contact approach on 127.05. Thanks, sir.
Tower 4 Uniform Delta. Are you guys the radar tower?
No, we are not.
Okay. I just had a Cessna come straight at me there. I'm about to enter the midfield downwind for runway 15, 4 Uniform Delta.
For 4 Uniform Delta, sorry about that. Not in sight, continue.
Okay, no worries. I had him in sight there, but yeah, we're continuing.
Well, the turbulence must have returned.
Oh, there's always going to be a little bit here.
Mr. Hawk 4 Uniform Delta, did you say you're at midfield downwind now?
We're just turning it now. I was at about maybe 6,100 there just about 2 miles ago and had that one Cessna going eastbound come right at me there.
Mr. Hawk 4 Uniform Delta Rotor, I see you now, runway 15, clear to land. Winds currently 2105.
Okay, runway 15, clear to land. Thanks, sir. 4 Uniform Delta.
What's that?
At least they're paving
Number
down
dark, I have 73481 holding short of 15 on Alpha 5, ready to go.
Skyhawk 73481, Noco Tower, left downwind north approved, runway 15, cleared for takeoff.
Left downwind north and we're clear for takeoff 15, 73481.
Starhawk 4 Uniform Delta, there'll be one Cessna departing ahead of you.
And we got him in sight, 4 Uniform Delta.
Ow. Strong wind from the east there? We're going 6 or 65?
We'll go up to 75.
75, got it. Performing well this morning with the cool air.
Yep. Okay, come on.
Taking a minute to update.
Trying to figure out a good way to remember my fuel stuff.
Tower 341, just to double check, left downwind to the north, correct?
So 73481, that's correct, left downwind north approved.
Okay, thank you very much. Left downwind to the north, 7341.
I mean, we've got, you know, quite a lot in that left.
Yeah,
Wait.
we'll probably leave it there, but
I bet there's a timer you could probably, I bet ForeFlight better have a timer.
it does, but it's not very usable. You got to pull up the more menu.
Oh, geez.
So there's not a way
Yeah.
to keep it in sight, but let's see here. Yeah.
But it goes up trim. Perfect.
We'll just try it. You actually can split the screen, I'm learning.
Yep, they,
And there's an Apple timer, so I could do a split screen and have the Apple timer on part of it.
right. Yeah, they just introduced that. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
It is the weirdest thing. It takes a lot of getting used to. But you can watch YouTube and read the news.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Cessna 20749, runway 15, cleared touch and go.
And Tower 749, can we get a stop and go?
So 749, runway 15, cleared stop and go.
15, clear stop and go. Thank you, appreciate it. 749.
Starhawk 4 Uniform Delta, turn left Alpha 3, where do you want to park?
Left turn out 3, we're going to the jet center for you.
I'll be up here.
Starhawk 4 Uniform Delta, taxi via Charlie into the ramp, you can stay this frequency.
Charlie into the ramp to 350, thanks so much for the help. 4 Uniform Delta, have a good day.
I'll make the call when we hit Harmony, and would be 4 north, right?
Yep. And we've got our 2 lakes off the nose. We can go into Bravo 1, or we can go to the left of that other lake and go into Charlie 1, whatever you'd like.
We'll go left, over near Budweiser.
Sure, Hawk 4 Uniform Delta, got time for a question?
Go ahead.
It looks like a 150 or 152. What makes it a Sparrowhawk?
So it's a 152 and it's got a 125 horsepower upgrade, and the STC is called the Sparrowhawk STC.
Nice.
Yeah, I just use it as a call sign just because I got a little more oomph.
Of course.
Have a good day.
NOCO Tower, Cherokee 98059 is 4 to the north.
Cherokee 059, frequency change proof.
And we're going here, right?
1.65.
Nope.
556.
What I would do is I would just change this frequency, 123.3.
Oh, yeah. Right, I forgot about that.
So I would recommend having one main radio.
Right.
The other one is going to be your auxiliary that you can pull up any frequency you want to listen to.
Okay.
Or as a backup.
Yeah.
Because, so you have to switch the mic function with the 1 or the 2 is going to be which one you're transmitting, broadcasting over.
Right. Oh my God.
Yeah, it is a little bit,
right at 75 and pushed around.
yeah.
Hopefully it'll smooth out a bit further. Wow.
So the other thing I was going to talk about is checklist use. Yep. So working on the habit of, on climb out, you want to make any configuration changes. So if you have flaps down, you want to make sure you do the checklist to get your flaps up, fuel pump off. The on the cruise check, both going and coming, the descent check, and then the before landing check.
Yeah.
So working on getting the habit of doing those at the appropriate stage of flight. I've tried to demonstrate that. Yeah. Probably have not been completely consistent.
Right.
So
get to the cruise check. Wow. What is... It's not horrible, but it ain't smooth.
Yeah.
Maybe try to go to the left a little. I don't know if it's going to help. Maybe I want to go to the right. Whoa, oh my God.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Sometimes the winds blow over some of the near-end practice areas, right, and then hit farther east. Sometimes it's more bouncy toward the mountains, and it smooths out a little bit toward the east.
She is bouncy. I'd like to do my cruise check, but gotta keep the airplane in the air. Alright, cruise check, 22 to 26. Trim as required, lean for cruise, which we're leaving alone. Fuel pump off. Fuel tank switch is needed, which we've decided not to. Cruise check complete.
Okay.
Man. There.
So as a technique, again, trying to work through the whole fuel tank switching thing.
Right.
I used to have this habit pattern when I was flying a Cherokee 180 all the time, and flying Cessnas. It's lapsed.
Yep.
So trying to get it back is working on that. So I would say go ahead and plan on switching.
Okay.
At the cruise check. If you've got roughly equal fuel and tanks, make a conscious decision.
Right.
So we're making a conscious decision today that we're going to stay on the left because we've got almost double the fuel.
Yeah.
Not quite, but well, yeah, probably you do have double the fuel.
Right.
There, and then coming out of the area, well, I would do another cruise check, and I would look at switching the tanks then.
Right.
And unless you've done it in the area.
Right.
So the habit pattern I had developed was after I did the normal profile, I'd come out here, I'd practice, I'd do steep turns, I'd do slow flight, then I'd do stalls, and on the power off stall, turn the fuel pump on, simulating coming in, approaching the landing. So I'd be fully configured at that point, I would switch fuel tanks as I reconfigured coming out of the power off stall.
Right.
So those are the things that I would recommend thinking about to try to help keep in mind the fuel tank changes.
Mm-hmm. I'll just keep my hand on the throttle with this turbulence. I want to have power at the ready at any point. You know?
It's going to bounce us around a little bit, but it's not going to be that
bad.
Okay. So the main thing to think about is just work on keeping the wings level and let the air do to us what it will.
Right.
Fly your parameters as well as you can, but if the air is going to bounce us around, it's going to bounce us around. So we try to keep a stable horizontal platform as much as possible. And the other thing to think about is when you get, this is pretty mild, but when you get into air that's turbulent or rough, is staying below your maneuvering airspeed, which is 127 miles an hour in this plane. So we're very rarely ever going to get to chance to exceed maneuvering airspeed.
Right. What are we aiming for on our practice area? Are we still Bravo?
We are in it. Yeah, we can go to. We can swing over to Charlie if you want to see if it's milder over there.
Yeah, let's go. That's pretty much over the houses.
Yeah. So about 2/3 of it is on this side of the freeway.
Right.
And there's a wedge of it that goes from this leak over here over toward those other lakes over there.
Right.
So a little
aircraft right there.
Pretty good size.
Yeah.
Corporate. No, that's a Levo. That's 737 or something.
Yeah, that must have been our Allegiant craft taking off. Gotta be.
I think it's another one headed inbound. Looked like an Levo, that new airline.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting. I don't see him on our VXP 131. That's probably him.
Yep, that's him. VXP. Yeah, that's nice to see you flying in a Cherokee and you see 7.3 passing, buddy. That'll make your day a little interesting.
So we do have a tower down here.
Yep. All right, we're sitting about 7750 on our altitude, so I'm gonna bring her down just a little.
Yeah, it actually feels like it may be a little smoother here. We'll see.
Of course, he said something. We'll see. Could be that.
So while we're doing that, we can do our clearing turns.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna go left and see what it gives us. Maybe. Going left, clearing turn. Really need to work on my 45 degrees.
We'll do a couple of sets of those today.
Yep. Aircraft.
Okay, let's see. Al Canyon traffic, Cherokee 98059 is working practice area Charlie 1 for the next 30 minutes, 7,500 maneuvering, Al Canyon traffic. So it looks like they may be headed for Bravo 1. They should go there or someplace else after our call.
Right.
If they're monitoring.
Tower in sight.
So I'd find a nice landmark, and we got a nice north-south road here, so I'd line up on the road.
Okay. This one right below us?
Yep.
Okay. Gotta get lined up on her. We're a little off her, so.
So for steep turns, you want to give yourself something useful as a reference.
Right.
So either a cardinal heading.
Yep.
Or something, a ground reference like the road that you can see and use for your rollout.
Right. Coming up on the road here.
And the biggest thing is working on a visual reference so you can roll into your point. I read something last night that said use a point on your dash. I don't find a point on the dash that useful because The dash is kind of indistinctive.
Yeah, I'm using the cowl, the little dots on the cowl is my...
I find that much more useful myself.
Yeah.
But whatever works for you to get to as a reference visually, to establish that reference, and then plan send to your instruments to check your parameters.
Yep.
So.
All right, we got to do a right clearing turn too.
Well, we did a 360,
okay.
So we're cleared all the way around. I would just say, mention, clear, looking left, looking right.
Looking left, looking right.
You're clearing, and then which direction are you going to go?
Oh, I got to work on my left, so
okay.
We'll go 45 left, and I'll just deal with her. A little extra power. I'm hoping it'll smooth out. It'll make a heck of a 45-degree turn.
I'd go to 2450.
Okay.
On the RPM.
Right about there, and beginning left turn. Oh, there's 45. Not as bad as I thought, but lost the angle there.
You're shallowing out a little bit. Getting a little bit nose low.
I didn't pick my point on the cowl.
Okay,
so.
Start rolling out. As you roll out, pull your power back to about 22 or 2300.
Yep.
All right, let's do a right one, and then we'll come back to the left. That was not bad. You gained 100 feet on that one. We did have some excursions. Rolled out, a little shallowed out the bank, and then we had the nose drop a little bit. Nice corrections on both of those. You caught those.
Yep. All right. We are going to go right, bring the power up, and begin right turn. The right's so much easier.
Give us a little more throttle. There you go. I would use about 2400 on the right, 2450 on the left.
Alkane Glide Report, Cessna 54 Victor at 8,000. Transiting towards training area for maneuvers.
Alright. Oh, we've got a guy right here.
Another fairly big guy.
Yeah.
So those are interesting. Those are airliners.
Yep.
Coming in on the approach.
Oh yeah, that's got to be a Air or a Velo, whatever it is.
That one might be an Allegiant. Well, Allegiant was in.
Yeah, unless he just came out, but I just saw him and my mind went, get out the way.
Interesting.
Or
they might be somebody departing.
Yeah.
So pull the throttle back as we finish.
Yep.
And probably gained most of that 100 feet there on after the rollout with the power. Right. He might be departing.
Looks like he's going over the mountains. Problem is you have to get above the mountains to go anywhere.
That's interesting note. Reference for future is how closely they impinge on these north and western practice areas.
Yeah, he was right. I mean, what, 3 miles off us probably?
Yeah. That's VXP 131 again.
What?
Huh.
Wonder what's going on there.
And our TFR is active for the football game.
Yep. What's that, a 7-mile TFR again?
Oh, it's probably about...
Not 7.
2-mile radius, it looks like. 2 to 3 mile radius.
No factor for us.
No. Now he's turning back the south again.
Huh.
I wonder if he had to go missed approach for some reason. Interesting.
We could listen in, find out, couldn't we?
We'll continue flying south on 25 and wait for your calls with the downwind, 7 Yankee 5.
Oh. An interesting thing to listen into, huh?
All right, let's turn to the south.
Okay, I'm gonna go right. 30 degrees. Ooh. Hey.
Oh, why don't you go left and practice your left-hand turn?
Go on that 45.
If 30 or 45, whatever you want to practice, it's like I say, work on the
Yep, 30
the
it
left.
is. Come on. Oh, there we go. The winds are helping my turn. Oh, my damn.
Tower Velo 131, visual 15.
Velo 131, no code tower, rudder not in sight, runway 15, cleared to land, wind 19012.
Oh, wow.
Runway 15, Velo 131.
That was a fun bump, huh?
Yeah.
Banana 78 Fox, say your position.
So I would say in that
We are about
traffic off the right over here.
Yep,
25,
sight.
75.
Banana
Stay
78
south, let it pass us.
Velo 131, say distance from the airport.
He's just flying up the freeway, it looks like.
7 miles, Velo
Okay,
131.
so let's set up another left-hand steep
Velo
turn.
131, rudder, I have you in
All right.
sight now.
So we just made a clearing turn
Yep.
as we reposition in the area. I would just acknowledge that,
Banana
just make that turn. Say,
Boeing 737's on 7.
we're repositioning in the area,
Looking for traffic, 7 Yankee Fox.
and I'm clearing in the turn. And then as you're getting set up for your mover, okay, clear right and clear left.
Echo Tower, Skylane Cap 582 is ready for departure off of 1.
Turbulence is
Yeah,
little
582,
bit
no code tower,
unsettling
runway
at the moment,
15, cleared
so
to take off,
Okay.
right turn west through,
I'm
no
going to turn this off so I can
Yeah.
focus on my left turn. The power, 450, and left 45-degree turn. Oh boy.
Okay, overturned there a little
Yep.
bit. There we go. All right.
Hard to keep it stable with these winds. Yeah, about 35, 40 degrees here. Don't know if I can get much further with these winds.
All right, nice rollout on your reference line. Good lead for your rollout and thinking about the power.
Yep.
And we started somewhere around 7,400, so we gained a little bit, 50 feet maybe.
It's about normal with
That was
turns.
pretty nice. That was not bad. That was stayed in there pretty consistently on the angle of bank, so that was nicely done.
The hardest thing in the turbulence is keeping that angle of bank because the plane doesn't want to.
So you just work as hard as you can to make that happen.
Right. Power on the left. We were talking about, engine fire if we wanted to do one of those.
Okay, let's just do another right-hand steep turn.
Okay.
And we'll come back, we'll do another left-hand one, and then we'll do some other stuff.
All right. Let me. Power. 2,400. Beginning right turn. Left look right.
I would just say clearing left, clearing right,
All right.
just so... One, we want to develop the habit of always checking the airspace around us. I'd bump that power up a little bit more.
I'm only at 30 anyway here. There's a point where I feel like I'm going to get blown over with this wind. I want to avoid that.
All right, let's just go quickly into a left hand.
All right. Power back up.
That was nicely. We did drop a little bit on the rollout, but other than that, it was nicely done throughout. A little bit light on the bank, but we're working on that.
Right. Still light on the bank on the left. Hard to get into that 45 on the left for me.
Okay.
Whoa. The wind's really helpful. Lost another 100 feet on that.
Yeah, so we lost 100 feet. Let's turn back to the north.
Okay.
Why don't we just set up for some slow flight?
All right.
So, the We let our nose drop on that. So you had the proper response to that. You shallowed out the bank. We went to about 30 degrees of bank, increased the load, the pull back on the yoke, got our vector moving back up, and then you went back into the more toward 45. So all the correct response. You saw the deviation, you corrected the deviation in the proper fashion. So the only other thing to think about on that is to note the fact that we lost altitude and we want to regain altitude in the last half or third of the maneuver. Whatever you got left is you want to try to restore, get yourself back to your starting altitude, if possible. So as long as you note the deviation, as long as you make a quick response to the deviation, and if you bring that deviation back to where you're supposed to be, all of those things are going to work to your favor. One, for your performance, for your own satisfaction, and two, for grading standards.
Yeah, and of course personal minimums as well.
So, now we got a plane coming down here on the right-hand side.
Booking. Yep.
He's kind of right over the power lines there.
Kind of in our area too. Looks like a biplane, possibly?
I don't know.
No, single.
Yeah, I think it's
Cub, maybe.
Yeah, it's a high wing, whatever it is.
All right, so setting up for slow flight. So bring the throttle down. When I get to 90, notch of flaps. Or should I wait till 80?
I would put in 2 clicks of flaps. I just put it in increments.
Yep.
Go 1, and then pause, get yourself stable, and go 2.
All right, going for 1.
And we're looking to maintain our altitude.
Yep.
So there's 2 ways to do this. One is to do it yourself with the yoke, and the second is to use the trim.
Right.
So I'd give it about 3 cranks to the left.
Oh, to the
Nope.
down? Oh, right.
Of up trim, yeah. I'd just give it 3 full cranks right there, or maybe another one. We're going to get a little slower than just approach.
Yep. Probably there, hopefully.
And we're going to. So we're going to, give yourself another click of flaps. Let's start working back to the left, heading north.
Yep. Bring my power down.
Okay, we've lost 200 feet of altitude, so keep your nose up, and we're starting to get a flickering light.
Yep, I see it a little.
Okay, keep your nose up.
Yep.
You're still in a descent. There's.
Still in a descent.
Okay, there we are at 70, so between 75 and 80. So throttle up to 1900. Right there, 2000, that's good. Let's see how that works. See if we can get to, okay, we've got to stop that descent. We've lost 400 feet now. So put in more throttle. Put in about 2300. Keep your nose up to maintain 75 to 80 knots, or miles an hour.
Okay.
And so we'll climb here.
Yep.
Keep ourselves in our speed band.
Doing that.
And we'll get some of that altitude back. So probably some of you're seeing the flickering light there. So our set speed, our stall warning speed was 70. So we're probably getting a little bit just for that excursions in the air. So now we're slowing down. We're between 70 and 75. So, and we've lost our climb. We're starting to descend again. So if I need more throttle, I'd give yourself more throttle.
Yep. Maybe.
All right, full throttle. And just maintain 7200. And we're at 80 miles an hour, so take out a click of flaps. And you probably take out your second click of flaps.
And adjust for trim.
Yep.
Whoa.
And you had about 5 or 6 turns in there, so it's going to take a little bit as we speed up. And let's come into a left-hand turn, come back to the south.
Okay. Ooh, working on it. Got a little turbulent up here, huh?
Yeah, I think we're getting a few more bumps up here than we were a little farther south. So on a slow flight, you've got to work toward maintaining your altitude. Whatever it takes, you got to keep that nose up, and you got to keep your power up, whatever it takes.
Okay.
Keep you in your speed band. So you want to be 5 to 10 knots or 5 to 10 miles an hour above your stall warning indication.
Okay.
So the light in this plane. And just can't allow yourself to get into that creeping descent.
Right.
So, I mean, that correlates directly to the pattern. You want to get yourself, as you're slowing down, get yourself set up on downwind, to configure, to turn base, to turn final. You want to be able to maintain your altitude until you make the conscious decision, okay, now I'm in a descent environment, which is going to start as you start the configuration at the 1,000-foot down marker on the approach into the runway. So then you'll turn your fuel pump on, flaps, bring your throttle back, and start a gradual descent. And then that will continue then through the base turn. The base turn, you'll pull the throttle back even more.
Right.
And so the slow flight is all about control.
Yep. I think for me it was trying to stay slow and then not realizing I needed throttle.
Yeah, I think that's one thing, because people get set on parameters, and they set parameters and expect everything to work the way they want it to work. And so we've got some pretty volatile air out here, and that's probably affecting our ability to maintain our parameters. So we may not be getting the performance out of our desired parameters.
Right.
So we use the throttle. So I would say right now, focus on the altitude and work hard on that to nail the altitude. And then because you didn't worry that much about the speed. You had the speed pretty well nailed.
Right, it was the altitude.
So the altitude is the thing that I see that you need to hold. So we may see some deviations in the speed as we're working on holding the altitude. All right. Let's take a look around. We got housing developments over here to the right. We got a lot of chopped up land. We've got some usable stuff over here on the right.
Yeah.
Look out at the left. We got a lake off the nose, so we're not going to land there.
Now, some strip right before the lake. There's some.
So we're looking at something relatively close. We got our tower in sight here.
Yep, right by it, right there.
Okay.
So we want to pass that before we do anything.
All right. So we've got some pretty good fields over there on the left.
Yep, except for this field. This field right here's got stuff.
The one over there just ahead looks like it's got more undulations. I would say the one right off the wing looks pretty decent.
Yeah, if we stay on the right side, but yeah.
So let's do our fire.
All right. So, they grab the checklist. Engine fire. Fuel selector will be off. Idle, which will...
So I just go ahead and reach down there and touch it.
Okay. Fuel selector would go whichever direction it needs to for off. Idle cutoff for mixture. Vents closed.
So I touch the idle, the red one. Okay, the vent's closed because in case it's an electrical fire.
And then emergency landing at that point. So I'm wanting to literally just...
Okay. Pull the throttle to idle.
Okay.
And then let's just say it's on the left side, so we'll go left.
Like this?
Yep.
Get that nose down.
There you go. About 30 degrees today. Good. Looking for it to build up to...
About 110?
110.
And there's 110.
All right.
Pull out of it.
Okay, we're going to stay in idle. We're going to set up our glide.
Yep.
And I would say keep the turn coming. Now set up our glide speed is 85 miles an hour.
Yep.
Pull back on the yoke.
Okay.
Get down to 85. We're just going to do a full circle because there's our field right below us.
Yep.
So I keep the left turn coming.
Yep. And we've got our speed, 85 right there. Do I need to put in flaps?
No, we don't put in flaps until landing's assured.
Okay.
So we're going to go down to 6,000 feet. So we got 1,000 feet to play with.
Yep.
So I would say to do a tighter turn and we'll land to the north.
Okay. Full 360?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably don't have quite the, might have the glide range to go down that way and then turn to 180.
Mm-hmm.
We got 700 feet right now.
Yep, which won't let me make a full turn unless I bank, but I don't want to bank too far because I don't want to lose altitude either.
Well, then you just, nice control, Got 500 feet to lose. We got half a turn to go, essentially. So we're a little tight to that field. We've got some turning room. Keep the turn coming, keep the turn coming.
Working on an alternate as well.
Okay, let up on the nose a little bit. Feedback.
Yep. That would be my field over there, so then we've got a...
Okay, let's accelerate.
So I completely missed my field. Back up
so that was all really a factor of, let's just keep straight here, we got that tower off the
Yep.
Of the turn, the rate of turn. So we could have actually shallowed out our rate of turn going south, or kept it, but really tightened it up some more coming around so we were lined up on our field.
Right. I would have preferred to be on this side of the field because of the on that side, but then you have a power line to think about.
And that's a matter of setting up for that. That's, again, you would have probably ended up on that other end of the field because you would have had to make the turn tight and we would have ended up landing midfield headed south because you just didn't have enough altitude to come out and make a 180.
It's a little tougher when you got to get down quick.
Yep. Let's see, let's head back to the airport.
All right. Banking left.
We'll see if we can get a pattern or two in.
Hopefully. Depends on the winds. Probably should grab my ATIS card and get ready to grab that. About 6,700. I know of patterns.
Let's just stay at 65 to 6,700. We'll be fine.
Keeping an eye on this tower. I don't want to get anywhere near that. Do we need to announce to Owl Canyon we're leaving yet, or?
No, you can go ahead and...
And we're in Bravo 1?
No, we're Charlie 1.
Charlie 1. Owl Canyon traffic, Cherokee 98059 is leaving Charlie 1 to the south. Owl Canyon traffic.
Okay.
We're sitting pretty good at...
And let's stay fairly close to the freeway. So we've got this temporary flight restriction over there over the football stadium.
Yep. I wasn't going to cross the freeway at any point, but
So we'll end up coming in a little bit more at an angle. We'll come in a little bit closer from the north along the freeway,
Right.
and then we'll angle inside of 4 miles so we don't impinge on that TFR.
Go ahead and switch for my 12165. Whoa.
So yeah, the TFR is surface to 3,000 above ground level.
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting.
Huh.
That flying school plane just flew into the TFR as it went active.
Oh. Interesting. Wonder if they'll get in trouble for that or whatnot.
Oh, they might.
And 5155 Lima is entering midfield left down 115.
Alright, let's switch and get our weather.
Time 1656 Zulu, wind at 200 at 13, visibility 10, sky conditions clear. Temperature 9er, dew point -9, altimeter 3025. Expect visual approach, landing, and departing runway 15. Noticed airmen, increased productivity in the vicinity of NOCO Airport. VFR aircraft requesting practice instrument approaches. Contact timber approach on 127.05. Advise on initial contact you have ATIS information Charlie. ATIS information Charlie, NOCO Tower is in operation on frequency.
Alright.
Looks like there's supposed to be somebody a little bit high off our left wing close in.
Yep, right there.
Okay,
Got
good job. Yeah, there he is.
Same direction of flight as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Any idea what he is, or it's Cessna, I'm sure, but
it's a Cessna.
black Cessna if the lighting's working properly. Gaining about 50 feet per minute here. Pulling back just a little, just down a little.
Tower, Cessna 554 Victor, 12 miles to the northeast with Charlie, inbound for landing.
What's that?
9554 Victor, NOCO Tower, make straight in runway and 15, report 4 mile final.
Straight in 15, report 4 miles, 554 Victor.
Probably back behind us to the right, maybe?
I think they're off to our left. Yeah, they're well off to our left. Okay. Oh, we're at 10 miles here at the Budweiser plant.
So make the 10 miles to the north?
Yep.
NOCO Tower, Cherokee 98059 is 10 miles to the north, touch and go.
With Charlie.
With Charlie.
Cherokee 98059, NOCO Tower, make straight in runway 15, report a 4 mile final. Traffic also inbound from the northeast is Cessna.
Look straight in 15, we'll look for traffic.
Cessna 54 Victor, traffic also inbound from the north and straight in 10 miles out to Cherokee.
We'll look to slot in behind them for 54 Victor.
Do I want to angle that way a bit?
Not yet, yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. Aiming for this bigger lake right here. Probably should drop my altitude for pattern, huh?
Yep. So there's our noble lake over there.
Yep.
There's kind of a shopping center. There's a big shopping center right off our nose. I'd go to the one that's kind of a 10, 15 degrees to the right of that.
Yep. I see it.
And
Cherokee 55 Lima, contact run.
Keep an eye out for traffic.
Over to ground.
Looking for that guy that vanished from my view.
NOCO Tower, Skyhawk 3250 Papa is 10 miles to the northwest with Charlie inbound for full stop.
Skyhawk 3250 Papa, NOCO Tower, make straight in runway 15, report a 4 mile final. Traffic of 2 aircraft, one inbound from the north was a Cherokee, one inbound from the northeast is a Cessna. They both should be a little bit ahead of you.
3250 Papa, report 4 mile final for runway 15 straight in and looking for the traffic.
Before landing, wind running altimeter, landing light on. Fuel mixture is required, fuel pump on. Fullest tank, we are still on. is needed. Okay.
I'd aim a little bit further left.
Yep.
Local Tower, Scout 6393 Echo, 4 miles northwest.
Airport in sight.
6393 Echo, frequency change approved, good flight.
Thank you, 93 Echo.
Coming up on
So our Cessna to the right over here is fine. Yeah, the TFR might not be active yet.
Yeah, I'm looking for this guy.
Noco Tower, Skyhawk, 5-6 uniform, midfield, right downwind, runway 15.
Okay, 5-6 uniform, runway 15, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, runway 15, 5-6 uniform.
Let's come just a few degrees further left.
Okay. I was losing altitude, so I was trying to get back up to. Right, runway in sight.
Alright, we're reading on the gauge is about the same fuel on both tanks. I'm thinking that's probably not quite accurate. We've still probably got plenty on the left, so we're leaving it on the left.
Noco Tower, Sky 54 Victor. We're going to make a right 360 for spacing for the 5 Sierra Papa.
Cessna 54 Victor, roger.
Tailwind.
Cessna 5 Sierra Papa, I guess the Cessna has you in sight. They're going to do 360 for you. The Cherokee's probably ahead of you on final.
325 Sierra Papa, I'm looking for that traffic now.
A little more to the left. And we're 4 miles, aren't we?
Not quite.
Not quite? Oh, yeah. Well, almost 4 miles. About a mile off. Still looking for traffic. Any sight?
No, not yet.
Full of power pad. We are moving 100 miles an hour. Still don't see him.
Noco Tower, 325 Sierra Papa. I don't see that traffic. Are you comfortable with me doing a right 360 for spacing?
And 54 Victor, you have the Cessna in sight, correct?
We lost him in the turn, 54 Victor.
5 Sierra Papa, I guess they lost sight of you. I mean, you can maneuver as necessary. I can't really, I don't have a radar and I can't see any. You guys are too far out, so whatever you feel you need to do.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and make a right 360 for spacing.
Call as soon as he's done. Noco Tower, Cherokee 98059, 4 to the north.
Cherokee 059, I have you in sight now, runway 15, clear to land.
15, clear to land, thank you.
Noco Tower, Cessna 3601 Echo is ready for departure, 15 southbound departure.
We're moving, so I don't really want
Cessna
to
3601 Echo, Noco Tower, roger, hold short, runway 15.
Hold short, 15.
I'd give myself a little bit of
Echo.
at least 1 or 2 turns of nose up flaps.
Nose up trim.
Nose up trim, I'm sorry. Yeah.
You're good. There's 2.
I'd pull the throttle back. 2100 right there.
Actually, 5 Sierra Papa, I have you in sight now. I see you doing your 360. Once you're done with that 360, you should be able to just get on the final behind the Cherokee.
325 Sierra Papa, copy.
He's probably right behind us.
5-4 Victor, the Cessna doing the 360s probably about 5 miles to the northwest. I'm going to follow the Cherokee on final.
Roger, 5-4 Victor.
Cessna 01 Echo, runway 15 clear for takeoff, wind 190 at 12, runway, or southbound's approved.
Clear for takeoff, 15 southbound, Cessna 3601 Echo.
There's my glide slope. With a good old crosswind.
Noco Tower, Cherokee 059, you cleared us to land where we cleared for a touch and go.
Cherokee 059, runway 15 clear, touch and go.
059, clear touch and go, runway 15.
A little high. Aircraft on runway. And I am way high.
Put in your second click of flaps. Your throttle back.
Yep. Going 90. I need 90.
Okay, so you're going to want to have some right aileron and left rudder to align yourself with the runway.
Okay.
5 Sierra Papa, just confirm you turned on the final.
5 Sierra Papa is 4 mile, final 15.
5 Sierra Papa, roger. Cherokee's about 2 miles ahead of you, runway 15 clear to land.
Runway 15 clear to land, look for the Cherokee in front of me.
5-4 Victor, that Cessna traffic just entered a 4 mile final.
Sky 5-4 Victor, roger. We're looking for the traffic. We should be behind them now.
Oh, little much.
Yeah, I think we're going to end up doing a go around on this.
Okay.
Just coming, keep coming.
Yep.
And we'll see. A little bit more left
Delta Tower, Skyhawk 5-6 uniform, right downwind, runway 15, midfield.
Sky 5-6 uniform, make a left 360 for spacing.
Left 360 spacing, 5-6 uniform.
Maybe not. I'm way off on the line.
Keep our alignment with the runway.
Yep.
Start bringing that throttle back to idle. Starting to look down the runway, working our flare.
5 Sierra Papa, I've got the landing traffic.
Roger.
Pull the throttle, pull the throttle.
Ooh, all over the place though.
Okay.
Flaps out. Power.
Power.
Not bad, but not great. Power up. There we go. We're left on our pattern.
We'll probably go right.
Go on.
He should tell us. We'll query him as we climb out here if he doesn't.
I remember throttle for aim point.
5-4 Victor, have you gotten on the final yet?
Just about 4 mile final right now, 5-4 Victor.
Delta Tower, Skyhawk 5-6 uniform, reestablish right downwind.
Go.
Cessna 5-4 Victor, roger. Not in sight, runway 15 clear to land.
Clear to land 15, requesting touch and go.
This is 5-4 Victor, runway 15 clear, touch and go.
5-4 Victor, clear, touch and go on 15.
Cessna 5-6 uniform, following a Cessna, about 4 mile final, report in sight when able.
Looking for traffic, 5-6 uniform.
And Tower, do you want Cherokee 059 and a right downwind?
Cherokee 059, affirmative, make right close traffic.
Right close traffic 059.
So to avoid the swerve, what improvement can I make on that swerve?
As you come down, you want to take out the rudder correction.
This is 5-6 uniform, roger. Follow the Cessna on final number 2, runway 15 clear, touch and go. That traffic's also doing a touch and go.
Clear, touch and go, runway 15, 5-6 uniform.
This is 5 Sierra Papa, contact ground.
5 Sierra Papa, contact ground.
Okay. Pull your throttle back, watch your altitude.
Yep.
Probably about 2100.
Yeah.
Ought to keep us where we want to be right here.
I need to get some spacing on the runway. I'm tight.
You are tight. That's not bad, but it would make for a tight final turn.
Right. Which isn't always preferred. Oh, we got 2 down there. 2 large aircraft. Yay.
Cherokee 059, traffic to follow, Cessna 3 mile final, report in sight when able.
Cherokee 059 to follow the Cessna we're looking.
still a little tight, but I do not see him yet.
I've got traffic on short final.
Insight.
Uncle Tower, Cherokee 059's got traffic inside on about a 1 mile final.
Cherokee 059, that'll be that's the first Cessna. There's 2 Cessnas on final. You'll be behind the second one. He's about 1.5 miles in trail of that one.
059 looking for the second. Got him in sight. You got him?
Looking, sorry. Still don't see him.
Just kind of over the lake. In that kind of in the houses.
Yep, in sight. Oh.
Uncle Tower, Cherokee 059, number 3 behind the second Cessna in sight.
Cherokee 059, number 3, runway 15, clear touch and go, wind 200 at 16.
Cherokee 059, clear touch and go, runway 15, we'd like a full stop.
Cherokee 059, runway 15, clear to land.
Cherokee 059, clear to land, runway 15. Okay, you can turn at your convenience.
Might give it
We should have plenty of spacing behind him.
Yep. Make the turn over the church.
Okay, our fuel pump is on.
Yep, landing light on.
Okay, Tower, do you want 5-4 Victor and right close traffic?
System 5-4 Victor, make right close traffic.
Right close traffic, 5-4 Victor.
I'd go ahead and go straight to 2 clicks of flaps.
Okay. 2 clicks of flaps. Bringing the power back a little. I'm beginning my final.
Okay, let's work on lining up on the center line here.
Yep. Off to the left again.
Okay, using our rudder for alignment.
Yep.
Then we turn it into the wind to the right. And bring the throttle back. Bring the throttle back significantly.
Okay.
Let the nose come down.
Yep.
Okay, I'd start adding just a little bit of power, up to about 1500. That holds. To the right a little more.
Oh.
Okay, Tower, Sky 5-4 Victor's right midfield downwind runway 15.
Sky 5-4 Victor, runway 15, clear touch and go, wind 200 at 12.
Yep, power down.
15 clear touch go,
Back
5-4
to
Victor.
idle. Power back to idle.
Trying.
Yeah?
Way, I'm going to go to Alpha 3.
Yeah.
There's no way I could have made one. Not as bad, but one heck of a
Okay.
swerve.
Keep her steering straight.
Yep.
More throttle.
Feels like the left wing is way low. Fuel, hopefully. Flaps out.
Echo Tower, Skyhawk 5-6 uniform, beam numbers runway 15.
Cross the line.
Yep.
Sky 5-6 uniform, runway 15, clear touch and go.
Clear touch runway 15, Buzzard uniform.
Cherokee 059, contact ground.
NOCO ground, Cherokee 059, Alpha 3 for leading edge.
Cherokee 98059, NOCO ground, taxi via Alpha Bravo.
Alpha Bravo 059, thanks. Swervy landings.
What's that?
Swervy landings.
Yeah.
Doesn't help with the crosswind, but something to be worked on for sure. But fire engine out today.
Yeah.
Same spot, or are we going to maintenance?
We'll go to the same spot.
Okay. I was surprised I was able to make that landing. I thought it'd be a go-round. We were close at one point on that.
No, the landings weren't bad. There's a couple things we'll talk about inside. You know, so you're hanging on to power a little bit too long.
Right.
And you're, at the end, you're losing your alignment with the runway, so you ended up coming back down a little bit angled.
In and over?
Yeah, we'll come straight in, and then we'll turn to the right and aim for that plane over there on the right.
Okay.
There you go. Give it a little gas and a right turn.
Right about there, huh?
That'll be just fine.
Alright, shutdown checklist. After landing, so 800 to 1,000. Radio off.